Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hello, hello. How is everybody? I had a phone call, so if you all would excuse me, but family comes first. So Rosie was here early. I think she is still here. Suzanne, hello to you. Petra was here. You still here? Deb, good to see you. Oh, that girl of yours is just a doll. She's just a doll. And that project she did, oh, so cool. Maribel, good to see you. Sarah, how you doing, Sarah? Mary is here. Good to see you, Mary. Sharon creates. I have something I'm sending you tomorrow. And I have a question too. I have a question, Sharon. How big of a stuffed animal, how big can they be for your boxes? What size do you usually put in those boxes? For the Samaritan's Purse, the boxes you do. How big do you usually put in there? Hard time keeping up with chat, but love being involved. Oh, I understand, Sarah. Sometimes the chats are hard to follow. I understand. Joan is here. Hey, Joan. I'm glad you're here. I saw you feel like you're overwhelmed. Do you have deadlines in some of those things? Got a bunch of reading done because your hands were hurting. Yeah. So are some of those projects, are there deadlines? Just work on the priority stuff first. Hey, Lorna. Good to see you. Crystal's here. Jumping frog. Okay. Margaret's here. Awesome. Hi, Margaret. A new crocheter. Hello, Christine. Welcome. Oh, good. You are here. I'm so glad. I wasn't sure if you were gone for your trip yet. I wasn't sure when you were going. Oh, is this somebody that you know? Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. She is a sweetie. She really is. And she worked really hard on that. Jumping Frog Dream. Oh, man, I didn't even notice that wasn't your regular channel. Oh, up to 12 inches. Okay. Okay, because I have a good reason of asking that, but up to 12 inches. Okay. Thank you. Shad's here. Whoop, whoop. Whoops, it jumped. Hey, Shad. I'm glad you're here. How's it going? How's the tiny house life? Ah, maybe too much caffeine. So you're just feeling a little stressed out. It kind of is a thing. I don't know if it's a moon phase or something, but a lot of people are feeling stressed out right now too. Hi, Marcia. Good to see you. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're here, Christine. I'm saying it Christine because that's just the way I'm reading it. So, we said we were going to do up to chapter 6. Now, I will tell you, I have been listening to this book on Audible, and I am well ahead of chapter 6. I don't have notes all the way up to chapter 6, though. Hi, Nisi. Glad you're here. Hey, Karen. Glad you're here. You like living in the country? Oh, that's awesome. I do too. Okay, tonight I have my Texas cup and a decaf coffee, and I think it's like caramel marshmallow or something like that. It's one of those uh Y'all remember what that coffee is that I've been getting? Can't think of the name of it now. Y'all say a little prayer for my daughter, Carrie. She is still right in the middle of some snow. She's got snow and it's cold and Sailor's not feeling good and she's having a day. And would you please say a prayer for her too, please? It is very good. It's really, I'm trying to remember the name of those pods that I bought. I just can't think of it. Okay. So I want to start back and do some because we kind of went through things, but we didn't really talk in detail about the book. But before we do, let me tell you guys, the book is Unmasked, My Life Solving America's Cold Cases by Paul Holes with Robin Gabby Fisher. And I know that Robin Gabby Fisher has helped him tremendously in writing this book. But it has been, I'm like you guys, it's hard to put down. It is hard to put down. I want to finish the whole thing. And I said Audible, but I actually have got the book from Libby, from my library, is where I got it. Thank you, Joan. And I know I read the inside cover of this book, and then we went over some other things, but I don't know that we really got very far into the books. I'm going to start back at the preface and come forward with my notes. And you guys, please add in anything else. Yes, the double donut. Thank you. I was hoping you would remember because you said it was your favorite. So thank you. She saved me. I didn't have to walk across. Actually, can't walk across the room now. I've moved the coffee pot. Anyway, so I'm going to go back. That is the book that we are doing. There is a little more information down in the bottom, so you guys please check the description box down at the bottom. We're doing the hashtag something golden Mal. I will put that in the chat. Maybe. That is the hashtag we are doing. So we're making anything that is golden because Paul Holes was instrumental in helping to catch the Golden State Killer in California, the Golden State. And so that is why we're doing something golden. And now I want to show you guys, in a minute, I'm going to show you what I am making in my Fancy Boy Designs bag, Hufflepuff, but because it's got the golden snitches was why. A lot of references to gold, okay? Hey, Barbara. I know, California mug. I really ought to have a California mug. If somebody in California would like me to send them a Texas mug, I would certainly do that if they sent me a California one, because that is where I was born. So it would really make sense to have a California mug. All right, I got something in the mail, and I want to show you guys. I don't think I'm going to go put it on, but I ordered a t-shirt from Sticker Mule, high quality custom printed stickers that kick ass. They have a hot sauce and it's called Mule Sauce. And they are the ones that printed my stickers. Now these are the original ones and they had the Fiber Floozie Crime on them. But I always order my stickers through Sticker Mule. And they make awesome stickers, all kinds of things. But they also do t-shirts. And I ordered a t-shirt not long ago, but I ordered a medium, which will not fit me. There's no way the medium will fit me. So I had to reorder, and Jean, which I haven't seen her for a little while, I know that she was busy, so hopefully she's okay. But Jean got the medium. She won that shirt, and it fits her absolutely perfect. And I had ordered this after the other one didn't fit me. And then I kept waiting for it, and I was like, why isn't it getting here? And I didn't get a shipping information or anything. So I contacted them again, and they said that they had done it, but that I had not responded to the proof. So I don't know where that email went, because for some reason I lost it. So I ordered a new one. Oh, yes. That's going to be, oh, it's going to be perfect. So I will wear this on Friday. It's kind of shiny, isn't it? There we go. Can you see it? There we go. So there's my new shirt. Awesome. So got a shirt to wear on Friday with my knife earrings, and that'll be awesome. I did order some more of the sloth stickers that I send out in my packages. I'll show you guys those on Sunday. I ordered some charms for the jewelry making. No necklace tonight. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Shad. And then I also ordered some things, other things for keychains. You guys, these are super duper cute. And I'm going to be turning these, I'll be putting charms and things on these. They're keychains. How cute are they? So I'm going to show all that stuff to you guys on Sunday, okay? So stay tuned for that. All right, you guys ready? Now I'm going to share with you my project. I know we haven't talked about the book yet. I'll be thinking about you, Rosie, just so you know. Y'all be thinking about Rosie. Okay. Say a prayer for her dad. All right, let me show you what I'm working on. Let me bring that in. I'm still fighting the allergies, but they're not nearly as obnoxious as they were before, thankfully. I wonder if I did this wrong. I think I did. It'll be all right. My fan is making noise. I'm trying to make it stop. So excuse my hand, you guys. Now let me show you what's in here. I had started it. I'm using Stitch Please. I am going to write this up. I do have a name for it now also. I have cast on, let me get my notes. I'm using a 24-inch circular, size 7, on a 4.5 millimeter, and I cast on 100 stitches. 100 stitches. Your favorite cast on, it doesn't matter how you cast it on. You want to do the knit, that's fine, whatever. I will be writing this up when we get closer to the end. So far, all I have done is cast on. Hi, Bree. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the moss stitch. So I'm going to do a knit, purl all the way around. Okay. Oh, thank you. Went and had those done yesterday. 5 of them had fallen off and I just had to. Hey, Sandy. Glad y'all are here. So that is what I'm doing for now. The colors are gray area and top banana. Now, I know that Chelsea is not here tonight because she is she's doing some stuff with the boys at school, so she will not be here. So we will look for her another time. But when I was talking to her, she was telling me something that Solomon had said because he is coming up with the cutest things, okay? And so I'm going to call this one, this is going to be called the Lemonade Cowl. His new word for lemonade is lemonade. So I'm going to call this the Lemonade Cowl, Lemmalade. And it will have a stitch pattern, and that stitch pattern will have a 10 stitch repeat. So whatever size you decide to make, just know that it's going to have a 10 stitch repeat. Okay? All right, let's talk about the book. And you guys go ahead and leave me your thoughts, any thoughts you have about the book. By the time that I was finished with the chapters that I had listened to, I know he has definitely started to get into a little bit of the stuff with the Golden State Killer. So it's been very interesting, and I want to finish the book already. Okay, so knit and then purl. Knit and purl, knit and purl, knit and purl. And then when I come back around, I will purl the knits and knit the purls, you guys, okay? I know, the things that they say, oh my gosh. All right, so I'm just going to run through my notes, starting with the preface. Paul talks a lot about compartmentalization, and I know that we've heard a lot of police officers talk about this, a lot of investigators, they talk about compartmentalization. Stephen Keogh, he talked about that. Something he said that I thought was quite interesting was that he sees the gore that is at the crime scenes. He said he got to where he saw it as science. He put that in the compartment as science. He's driven past all of it in an effort to help the victims. and their families. He started by talking about the cold case with Carla Walker, and that's one that I think I would really like to yeah, Seed Stitch. Yes, gonna do the Seed Stitch shad. Her name is Deb. I finally got it. Grew up north of Sacramento, so all the places mentioned are very familiar. Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, I bet it is. And okay, I messed up somewhere. Y'all, I'm really hoping I can do this. Because that does not look right. I got to go back. Deb, I may not be able to do this. She marvels at me doing it, but I may not be able to. Matter of fact. Okay. I think it was right. It was just laying funny. So he talks about the case of Carla Walker and that it was from 1974. And he says that he has recently started looking at that case from a cold case perspective. And he said that he went to the crime scene and he stood over her, or he stood over the place where she had been, and he made a promise to her that he would help solve her case. And he said that he had spoken to her brother. So I'm wondering, because that's in Texas and I don't know at what point in his career that was, because I don't remember. Did you guys get that out of anything that he said about that Walker case? Because I didn't get where he was in when he was in Texas. I'm going to have to pay attention and figure that one out. It's going to be a cowl, Sandy. And I get the feeling from his writing that he does this quite often, that he stands over a crime scene and promises the victims that he's going to solve it. That this is something he did quite often when he was an investigator. He said it was his calling. His ex-wife said that his job was his mistress. He got excited about this because for him it was like solving a puzzle, answering the questions that no one else could answer was something that he really, really liked doing. Now, he was working in Contra Costa County, and he retired in 2018. Okay. He talked about his first wife, his first house, and that was in Martinez, California. And you guys, that's the birthplace of Joe DiMaggio, which I didn't know. That Martinez is the birthplace of Joe DiMaggio. And I did look it up, and it's about 4 hours from where I used to live in Morro Bay. And if you guys remember, Morro Bay had a connection to the case of Laci Peterson. That's where she met Scott Peterson. And Paul worked on that case as well. He said that he actually went, when he first met Laci and Connor, it was in the coroner's office. He mentions rural Texas. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to figure out when he was there, though, because, of course, I want to know that. Now, Martinez is on the east bay of San Francisco. He also talked about when he was leaving his job, he talked about starting to become sentimental, and that he was beginning to be like to get teary and weepy and emotional sometimes, and he thought that that might be where all of this emotion is now starting to leak out. Broken Wood. I don't think I've ever seen Broken Wood, Petra. I don't think so. Mike Shepard. I have to look that one up. He said his dad was in the military. When he left the office, he took all these cases home on a hard drive. His jurisdiction spanned miles around San Francisco. He also talked about working on the J.C. Dugard case. She is the one who was held captive by Philip Garrido and his wife Nancy. That would be another interesting case for us to talk about. And y'all remember I said something about in earlier on that he talked about being very shy, being an introvert, that's public speaking is not his. He didn't care to do public speaking. It was getting easier the more he was doing it, but it was never easy. He talks about how much time he missed with his kids. And the only way he really could relate to his kids, no matter the ages or which set, because he had two sets of kids. He has four children and he had and an ex-wife, so two with one and two with his current wife. And he said the best way that he could even just relate to them, because there was nothing that he knew really about their life. He was gone so much. He would play ball, take them out and play ball. He talked about driving through the traffic in California, listening to music. He would play everything from rock and roll to country to pop, lots of pop stuff. And one of the songs that he would play a lot was Tiny Dancer by Elton John. And I thought that was interesting because, do you guys know, there is a verse in that song saying something about selling tickets for gold. So, another interesting fact. He refers back to the Golden State Killer. Everything seems to always come back to it. Oh, because he had not solved that case in all of those years, he keeps coming back to that in his writing. And that he stumbled upon those files. Now he gets into that in more detail farther on. I think it's chapter 6. He tells us how he found those case files on the Golden State Killer, and that was in 1994. So that case by 2018 was a 40-year-old case, you guys, when it was solved. A year-old case. The attacks stopped in 1986 with at least a dozen murders and 50 rapes in several cities and several areas. Now, I did find a friend, Terry. If you're listening, thank you again for this. But there is a website, you guys, and it's called goldenstatekiller.com, and it has a lot of information on it. It actually has a breakdown of all of the cases involved. Okay, so I forgot to put that down at the bottom. I will try to remember to do that. I totally forgot. Sorry. Oh well. I will try to link it at the bottom, but it's goldenstatekiller.com. And they have listed every one of his, all 50 rapes and the victims and all of the murders. They're all there. How many chains for a scarf? Anybody can help on that? I think it would be different. You'll have to say what kind of yarn you're using. And what I would say is generally from one side to the other, arm length, Rosie, arm length, I would say from one hand to the other is about 5 feet. Okay. So I would say make your chain at least that long, and then I would stand up with it and see how far it falls and see if it's as long as you want. But the chain is going to depend on what kind of yarn you use. There goes your weekend. What's that mean? What happened, Joan? What? Are you talking about the website? I'm not sure. I want to say that yes, but I can't remember honestly how long it was between his, because I want to say that there was more than one of those stops. And see, some serial killers do that. They get busy doing something else, evidently. And they have these like breaks where they don't do anything. We talked about the fact that the GSK, and I'm glad you said that, because that is, I'm used to saying Petra because that's German, but I know you go by Petra. It's lively to come out both ways. But he started as the East Area rapist, and there were actually 50 rape cases attributed to him. And then he went to original Night Stalker, but he was pinned as the Golden State Killer, or GSK, by Michelle McNamara in an article that she wrote on her crime writing blog. She wrote an article in 2013 where she pinned him the Golden State Killer. Now, Michelle McNamara was married to comedian Patton Oswalt, and he is the guy from King of Queens. And she wrote a book called I'll Be Gone in the Dark. And there's also a podcast that goes along. It's like a companion podcast to an HBO series, and both of those by the same name, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I am watching and listening both of those right now, and I also have purchased the book because I'm all in, right? Yes. Well, that actually, Petra, that actually happened on his last day of work in 2018. But he did not go. So yeah, that's in my notes to talk about too. He also talks about the DNA, and I know that Michelle talked about this because she had her DNA done. The me was it Me in 23? I don't remember what that company is called, but she did that one, and there was DNA testing was moving into um, the world of ancestry, online ancestry stuff, and the Me in 23 and triangulation of the DNA. And at that time, there was more than one suspect emerged because of that DNA technology. And he had one, he thought he was like a construction worker, and he really thought that he was the guy. And then they got the stuff back, and it turned out that he wasn't. But they started putting a lot of the DNA together from the different places, because at the time everybody wasn't talking. And that's when they started to look at and come out with a profile for this person. And Joseph DeAngelo came out of that. 23andMe. Okay, thank you, Bree. Yeah, on Ancestry. Okay, so that's two different things then. Okay. And so yeah, Joseph DeAngelo came out as matching. His DNA started to match family. They triangulated it with that, all of that DNA, and he matched, and this was in um I'm thinking that was in 2018. Okay, but I don't think that they arrested him till 2019. And he was living in Citrus Heights off of I-80 at 8316 Canyon Oak Drive, and Paul went to see him on his last day of work. And he sat in the car and he ran through all the scenarios about if he went up and he talked to him and asked him questions and what might happen and all of those things. He went through all the scenarios, but in the end, he drove away thinking that he would just screw up the case. So he didn't actually talk to him, but that was on his last day of work. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. So that's what you were thinking about, Petra, I think. And yes, he was a former cop. French nails are the best. So after that, Paul starts talking about, because he switches back and forth. He gives us bits and pieces of the story along the way um, with his story. So now he goes back and he talks about his growing up and how he grew up in Tampa, Florida. He was born at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. His dad was Air Force. I don't know that I caught what his dad's job was. He graduated from Vanden High School in Fairfield, California. They moved around at least a dozen times as he was growing up. And that's so hard on kids. And my mom and dad divorced. My mom and daddy divorced, and my mom married my dad. And he is my stepdad. He's the one that lives in Colorado. And he raised me. And I can attest to how it's tough, but that happened later on, really. I wouldn't say that because we moved from Nevada to California. From California, we moved to Germany, and from Germany, we moved to Texas. So there were just a few moves for me, okay? But one of those was changing countries. And moving around is a particularly different thing. I would not take for it. I think I learned tremendous things by and had tremendous opportunity getting to do that. You have to go, Petra? Okay. Have a good night. My voice puts a lot of people to sleep, so don't worry. Tony, good to see you, my friend. She says Citrus Heights is only 10 minutes from Sacramento. Yes, just outside of Sacramento. You think all serial killers start or go through there? Citrus Heights, you think? Interesting. Okay, go lay down. Absolutely. I had a migraine yesterday, and so my part of my deal with not getting my words out today is from the medicine. I'm still a little foggy. So if I don't get all my words out, y'all, yes. Military family, yes. You understand the moving? Yeah. Okay, Shad. You putting the chickens up? All right. Good night. Thank you to everybody. And those of you that are watching and lurking, thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you too. So, Paul talked about moving around and he discovered Quincy, the TV show Quincy, and became enthralled with all of the forensic stuff watching Quincy. Y'all, I don't think I ever missed a show. I wish I could find Quincy somewhere now because I watched it back then. I loved Quincy. That was so good. Paul began having panic attacks, passed out at the pool when a couple of pretty girls came by, and he was so worried they were going to talk to him that he just simply passed out. And oh, he had lots of problems with girls and passing out and panic attacks. He met his wife, his first wife. They were they dated as juniors and seniors in high school, and then they grew apart. They went to college. They both went to Davis College, California, I think. And and then they got back together junior year of college and wound up getting married. That's interesting, Tony. And Columbo, yes. Oh, Columbo was so good. Columbo, he just had such a way about him that would just drew you in. So in in college, he happened upon the forensic criminalist booth at career day. And then the next day, he saw an opening for a forensic toxicologist at the Contra County Sheriff's Office. Now, y'all, he was working. He and his wife got married and all of that stuff, but he's working at McDonald's at the time. And then he got a job working at a warehouse packing scarecrows and pumpkins and stuff like that. When he finally he put in his job application at the sheriff's office, and he got it, and they called him when he was at the warehouse. So now that is as far as my notes go. Can you guys add anything? Can anybody add or take away anything? What do you get from all of that? You know what I get? He was a regular guy who liked true crime and forensics and that kind of stuff like we do. And he wanted to do it for a job. He really wanted to solve cases, and he was super super interested in the forensic stuff. That's kind of what I get from it, you know. So he started working in the lab. And the lab, it was funny that the lab was in a weird place. It was like in the back of this some building. Really? Oh, oh, I'll have to look for it. It's on YouTube TV. Oh, Tony, you just opened up a whole world of binge watching for me. Maybe if you had a career change. You know, Katie, that's what she was going to school for. Katie is the one who makes the naughty bags. She's going to school for it, but she hadn't finished. She has a lot of health problems. And there used to be a knitter, Crime Knits or something like that on YouTube. I think that was her job. Yes, so he was doing blood and urine testing for the lab, and he also started testifying in court also. So he broke his burst his virgin bubble in court, testifying about court cases involving DUIs, blood and urine. Um, what did he say? Something else. I think even like some burglaries and stuff like that. Thank you, everyone. Did he? Yeah, went to the police academy. Yep. And so he went up from working in the lab to getting on as a detective. Yeah, a year later. So now we are up to that gets us up to chapter 5, you guys, and we can stop there. I know we were going to try to get to chapter 6. Was that her name? I had seen a couple episodes. I don't even know if she's still doing anything, but she was doing videos and talking about knitting at the same time, but I haven't seen anything come out from her. Yeah, he did talk also though about it is. Yes, it is. It's that time. We're laying down and not bugging me right this minute, so we're going to take a couple more minutes. But what it was interesting, Sharon. He talked about he would always interrupt, like put himself in other cases simply because he wanted to always be involved in them and help them. And he always got fascinated by these other cases and stuff. And they would say, "This isn't your case. Don't do that," in his upper ups. But at the same time, like Sharon's saying, he had such great input, it was hard to turn him down. You got to 6? Okay, well, how far should we go this next time? Because I think we're on a roll now that we've got this whole intro from the book. Should we go up to chapter 10? How far is... Yeah, we could go from another 5 to do the next 5 chapters. So we'll go from 5 to 10. How does that sound for next time? And if you guys want to finish the book, finish the book. Don't wait for us. Because I'm going to finish the audible part of it. And then I'll go back to taking some more notes and stuff too. You're up to chapter 7. Awesome. Okay. I need to give away some bookmarks. I think Chelsea is bringing some more with her when she comes. Who wants the monsters? I'm just going to mark the chat and y'all put your favorite color. Just put your favorite color in the chat. She'll be here next week. I think it's like 11 or 12 more sleeps. I think I'm going to sneeze. Whew. Favorite color in the chat for bookmarks. Excuse me, y'all. Now my nose is red. Look at all of them. I love it. Yep. Yes. 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 Those are my people. You guys are all my people. So Nancy, the book we're doing is Unmasked. That's the book we're doing by Paul Holes. If that's what you're asking, the bookmarks that I'm talking about are bookmarks that my grandchildren and my daughter made. These are handmade bookmarks that she and my grandchildren made together, and I've been giving them away here on the channel. And usually they come with a couple of little extras. Glad you're here, Nancy. Oh, purple, green. Crochet is groovy. Good to see you. Okay, y'all got all your answers in? Are you ready? Now I'm going to hit mark again. There we go. Let's see how many we had. I called crime scene information. She did not want to risk her reputation. I haven't seen anything in a few. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hi, Karen. 12. Was it 12? Okay, Bree. She says 12. Sharon says 12. Okay. A number between 1 and 12. Number 9. Number 9. Oh, you were a little late, Dana. Okay. She has been like, and she moved in all that time too. Isn't that crazy? Was it Sarah? Sarah Truck? Whoop, whoop. I know it's hard to follow the chat, but you won. So, Sarah, please email me because I'm going to be going to the post office tomorrow and I can get you something out if I get your email. But you have to email me because if you don't, I will forget. I have a terrible memory. I will forget. Congratulations. And what color did she say? Blue. Okay, blue. I did, Sandy. Did I not answer you? I'm terrible. I hope I did. I know. It's what I do too, but I don't get near that much done. I don't get near that much done. Blue. Okay. Ooh, look, I have blue. I have the blue ocean. And what else do I have in blue? And then I have a little one. This one has blue sky, some blue sky in it. It's like part of I don't know, is it like a palm and some sunny sky? How's that sound? Okay, thank you, Sarah. Because I don't really keep that much stuff as far as like people's addresses and things like that. I don't like keep a database. So it's always I have lost so many. So okay, if you are not feeling well today, I'm sending you a hug. I hope you feel better. I hope things get better for you. Okay? If you are, and that includes, we have those days. We just have those days. That's what I'm talking about too. Well, I'll go and get a Texas mug, Deb. I will get one. If you want to, we can do that. I'll get you a Texas mug. That's what the Texas one looks like. That would be an awesome thing to do. That's how I got my Ohio mug. As boy, howdy, that's right. And you guys, there's so much good news. With my daughter coming, I'm going to go see my daughter Carrie soon. I'll be going to Colorado soon. So there's going to be a lot going on. I do have videos that I don't have yet edited. They'll be coming out soon. If you ever have any questions about what's going on, you can join the Facebook group. If you join the Facebook group, please answer the questions because I don't let you in otherwise. I just don't. That's just the rules. But there's a lot of information there. You can check my website. I have to get on it and get a few more things put up there. But if you have other questions, just email me. And everybody stay safe and well. Exactly. Absolutely. For those, I'm thinking about those in Mississippi. I'm thinking about those in Tennessee. And I know Sandy, Red Heart Crochet, she has not been here for a while. She's been in our group on Facebook, but she's in Louisiana and she had it pretty tough. She's had some. Annie, I'm thinking about you if you get to watch this. I know that she had some power outage also. So those of you, I hope you get your power back soon. Love y'all. Have fun today, and we'll see you Friday. We'll see you on Friday. I've got a little something new on Friday. All right, y'all. See you later.